iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto, get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. It is week 13, the Hot Takes podcast, where I give you the plays of the week that you need to know about. I'm already upset. The week has already started, and Jamison Crowder and Samaje Perine did not do enough. Neither did Vernon Davis. This was the Alf Morris week. Now, you know I love the revenge narrative. I live for the revenge narrative, but I didn't see that one coming. Dak Prescott's hand looks like a cartoon balloon. Des Bryant did very little. Witten did okay. It was just not what I thought the game was going to be. I just didn't see it going the way it went down. I saw it going more towards the Redskins. I didn't see the Cowboys doing that well. And then, I did see Witten. I said I thought he could score. I actually was dead on with Josh Doxson. I said 2 for 15. He went 3 for 26 and a touchdown. But I needed more personally from Crowder. I need more personally from Perine. So, just a rough day. So let's move past it. Let's get to the hot takes for week 13. And let's talk about it right now. We're getting to it here. And let's start out with the 1 o'clock games. Minnesota at Atlanta. Now, firstly, there are some injuries in Atlanta in the Atlanta secondary. Okay? There are injuries in Atlanta's secondary that we have to deal with here. So I'm telling you right now, Desmond Trufant is out this week. Out. Robert Alford and Brian Poole look to be the cornerbacks. Okay? That's who they're playing with. So let's bump up Keenum. Let's bump up Diggs. Let's bump up Thielen. Right there. I don't love Rudolph this week. The Falcons against the tight end have been pretty stingy. They've allowed 100-yard game, but for the most part, teams are in like the 50s. I can see Kyle Rudolph 4 for 50, something like that. I'm not going to play him. For Atlanta, I obviously like Julio Jones, Roto. You know that. I obviously like Mohamed Sanu. I am not in on Hooper this week. I'm not in on Devonta Freeman this week. I know that Freeman's going to play, but I don't trust him. He is one concussion away from real injury here. So I'm going to tread lightly on Devonta Freeman. New England at Buffalo. So first, with New England, we know Chris Hogan is not playing, but we love Brady this week. We love Deion Lewis this week. We love Rex Burkhead this week. I don't really love Gronk this week. I don't love him. The Bills have let up 2 touchdowns all year to a tight end. 2. O.J. Howard. The rest of the time, been pretty good against a tight end. I don't see this as a Gronk week. I do see this as a Brandon Cooks Roto week. I think that he could have a good game. So I do like Brandon Cooks. I like Amendola. I don't love Gronk this week. For Buffalo, there's really just 3 guys I'm looking at. 1, I'm looking at LaShawn McCoy. 2, I'm looking at Charles Clay. And 3, I might be looking at Zay Jones. I don't love Zay Jones this week, but he's okay. If this game was in New England, I like New England by about 30 points. I still like him in this week. I just don't know if it's by 30, but I do like them a lot. San Francisco at Chicago. I'm a big fan of Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, you're going to hear me say this for the next short while. I just think so highly of this kid. I love what he's going to be able to do for this team. He is going to solidify this position, hopefully for the next decade, and I really do like him. Carlos Hyde will be fine. I think Marquise Goodwin is in a good spot. Take a look at George Kittle. I'm just throwing George Kittle's name out to you here. I know that Jimmy Garoppolo knows how to throw to the tight end. He knows how to throw to the tight end because he's very used to it with Rob Gronkowski, right? So I'm just saying that the Bears, let Zach Ertz kill them last week. So I don't think Kittle's the worst start I've ever heard of. I won't go too deep with him, but I like him just enough. For Chicago, there's one guy I want to start this week and one guy only. I want to start Jordan Howard, and I'm all in on him. 100% in on him. The 49ers have the worst run defense in football, and Jordan Howard's going to get the ball 20 to 25 times. You are starting Jordan Howard. Lock it in. Tampa Bay at Green Bay. Now, Green Bay has been absolutely horrific stopping wide receivers. So right now, you've got to think this is a Mike Evans week. And I do think it's a Mike Evans week. The question is Jameis Winston ready? If Jameis Winston's ready to play, well, then it should be fine. If he's not, and I love Mike Evans, but what's going to happen if Jameis is not 100%? Do you believe in Jameis Winston? I just don't. I don't believe in him. Doug Martin's out. Guy's a bum. You'll see Sims, you'll see Rodgers, you'll see Barber. Mike Evans is a sure thing as there is. I like him very much this week, for sure and daily. For Green Bay, Ty Montgomery, I don't know if you guys saw, is out on the IR for the rest of the year. Aaron Jones is very questionable. I think this is a Jamal Williams week, and if Jamal is playing, I'm starting him. I really, really like him if Aaron Jones is out. So you watch. If Aaron Jones is out, I am all in on Jamal Williams in this game. Love Devontae Adams in this game as well. Hundley's been looking at Devontae Adams. He's their number one receiver. Go with him. Okay, Houston at Tennessee. I'm waiting for the Marcus Mariota game. I'm waiting for the one big game that we haven't seen all year. And I want it. And it should be this week. Marcus Mariota has thrown, listen to this, 0-1-2-0-1-0-2-1-1-1. This is not good enough. This is my fantasy league is on the line right here. I need money. I need points. I need to dominate. I need Mariota to have a big week. I need it. Okay? I need to see what he can do. I want to see what he can do. And I think that if I'm, the problem is as a fantasy owner, I don't trust Mariota this week. I think he could have a big week, but I don't trust it 100%. But what I think happens is Houston tries to stop Murray and Henry and says, Mariota, beat us. Go and beat us, Marcus. If you can beat us, then that's how you're going to win this game. Rashard Matthews, very questionable. I think he plays, but he's very questionable this week. I like Delaney Walker a lot. For Houston, the only guy I like is DeAndre Hopkins. It's the only guy I even want to talk about. I'm not interested in anybody else in this team. Okay, Denver at Miami. So this is revenge narrative all over the place. Firstly, Jay Cutler was a Bronco. Secondly, Julius Thomas was a Bronco. Adam Gase was a Bronco. Jay Cutler hates throwing to Kenny Stills. Throw Kenny Stills out. I'm not into it. I like Landry. I like Julius Thomas this week. I think Orange Julius scores. I like Kenyon Drake this week. For Denver, I don't even know who I like. Really, I don't even know who I like. I guess I like Demaryius Thomas and I like Emmanuel Sanders, but I just don't feel comfortable here. I want to stay away from them. Kansas City at the Jets. Jets, Jets. Matt Forte, very questionable. I think they're going to make a game time call and see, and that's probably what it's going to be every week. How does he feel? My guess is he plays. But I'm not so concerned about the Jets. I know who I'm starting on the Jets. I'm starting Anderson. I'm starting Curse. I get that. I know that. I also wonder whether or not Kansas City can finally call the right plays to dominate this game. Kareem Hunt has been terrible, but you have to start him. If I'm going to lose, I want to lose with Kareem Hunt. You have to start Kelsey. You have to start Tyreek Hill. These are guys you have to start. Now, Charkandrick West is out this week, okay? So that means that Hunt, there's two Hunts, Akeem Hunt and Kareem Hunt. I got to think Kareem Hunt gets more carries than ever. So I really want him to have a good week. And I will have to believe in him. I will have to believe in him this week. So there you go. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. So the question here is Leonard Fournette. Is he 100%? how good does he look? I think he's going to be fine. I really want to see how he plays against Indianapolis. I think he should have a very good week. I'm all in on Leonard Fournette. I am. For Jacksonville, also I'm all in on D.D. Westbrook and Marquise Lee. These guys are in a great spot to succeed. Fournette, Lee, Westbrook are in great spots. For Indianapolis, I don't like anybody. Seriously. Maybe Jack Doyle. I'm not starting Hilton. I'm not starting Gore. I don't feel good about anybody. Okay, Detroit versus Baltimore. Detroit Lions against the run. Last 3 weeks. Cleveland, 144 yards and a touchdown. Chicago, 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. Minnesota, 107 yards and a touchdown. What does that tell you? That tells you that Baltimore is going to run the football. Who's going to run the football for Baltimore? Alex Collins is. I'm all in on Alex Collins this week. I don't like the receivers for Baltimore this week. I really don't. And to be quite honest with you, I don't like the receivers for the Lions this week. The Ravens have been very, very, very good against opposing wide receivers. They are like the third best in football. They've let up 2, 3, 4, 5 passing touchdowns all year, haven't let up over 200 yards all season. I don't like the Detroit Lions at all this week. They could win, and they could shock me, but I don't see it. Baltimore is a lot like New England, that they get better as the season goes on, especially that defense always seems to get better. So Alex Collins is the only guy in this game I like. Cleveland at the Chargers. Let's just understand this. I love the Chargers this weekend. Now, the Browns' run defense is still pretty good. I think Eckler is interesting. I may like Eckler more than Melvin Gordon this week. I'm just throwing that out there. I like Gordon, but I don't love him this week. I like him. That said, I like Hunter Henry this week. The Browns are terrible against a tight end. I like Keenan Allen this week. For Cleveland, Josh Gordon is back. Deshaun Kaiser's interesting. Corey Coleman is there. Isaiah Crowell is there. And let me give you a statistic. The Chargers are terrible against the running back. The last 3 weeks, 101 yards and a touchdown, 131 yards and a touchdown, 77 yards and a touchdown. So would it surprise you if Cleveland scored a rushing touchdown? It wouldn't me. So I think there's some fantasy goodness in this game. This game's a 44, but I will take the over in a big way in this game. I'll put a big O right there. I like the over in that one because I think that the Browns will play better than people think. The Giants and Raiders, I hope the Giants don't score a point. I really do. I hope they stink, and they deserve to stink. And then I think I just could get bashed in the media. I feel badly because I have Sterling Shepard and I have Evan Engram on teams. I need them to be good. And I want them to be good, but I don't trust Geno Smith. This is a disaster waiting to happen. And I got to tell you this. How I don't play the Oakland Raiders in DFS this week, I don't know. I've got to start to be looking that way because the Giants don't have Justin Pugh. Who's going to stop Khalil Mack? I hope Geno Smith gets killed. This guy's going to have 2 picks, two fumbles, and two sacks. It's going to be the Noah's Ark all over there. So 2 by 2 by 2. I like the Raiders defense. Let's get on that. Raiders offensively, they probably don't have Amari Cooper. Not sure he's been ruled out yet. He's out. Wait, I take that back. He is out. So Cooper's out. Crabtree's out. You have Seth Roberts, Cordell Patterson, and Johnny Holton. I love Lynch this week, and I love Jared Cook. I love Lynch. I love Jared Cook. Watch them closely. Carolina at New Orleans. This is the rough one for Carolina. So first of all, Devin Funchess has been taken off the injured list. He's going to play. Toe injury is fine. Christian McCaffrey, though, very questionable. They're optimistic that he plays. I think he'll be okay, but I think they are a little bit worried. So please pay close attention to McCaffrey. It's more serious than I think people are thinking about it. I like Drew Brees in this game. I love me some Ted Ginn in this game. This is a Ted Ginn game if I've ever seen one. Let me check something out here. Please hold. Please continue to hold. Thank you for holding. Ted Ginn, when they played Carolina earlier this year, 2 receptions, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Just saying, revenge factor. I think Teddy Ginn wants to score a touchdown this week. I'm going to get him into many lineups. I promise you that. Los Angeles at Arizona. So I'm reading something here. Adrian Peterson is not 100%. Didn't practice all week, but they haven't ruled him out. Kerwin Williams is going to play, but there's DJ Foster. So they've said that he wants to play, and it looks like he's going to have an opportunity. So I think he's a very sneaky play this week. DJ Foster in DFS, you're looking for $3,000 on DK. I think he's a guy because I think Adrian Peterson will be ruled out. And Kerwin Williams, how good is Kerwin Williams? Not very good. For Arizona, do I like anybody else in this game? Obviously, I like Larry Fitzgerald. For the Rams, Goff is okay, not special. I like Todd Gurley, but I want to see something. Please hold. Please continue to hold. 1 second. Todd Gurley, how did he do against Arizona the last time they played? 22 carries, 106 yards, and a touchdown. That works for me. 4 receptions and 48 yards. So, yeah, I like me some Todd Gurley this week. Sometimes I like to see how guys did in their previous game. Gurley owned them. So I like Gurley. I like Cooper Kupp. I don't like Sammy Watkins. Stay away from Sammy Watkins. Finally, Philadelphia at Seattle. I think you're going to see a lot of points in this one. This is a 47.5 score, but I think it's going to be higher. Philadelphia has an insane pass rush, but I think that they're weak in the secondary. So if Seattle's going to win, they're going to have to throw the football. Wilson to Baldwin, Wilson to Richardson, Wilson to Graham. That's how it's going to have to get done. For Philadelphia, I love Jeffrey. I love Zach Ertz. I love Carson Wentz. I think it's going to be a very exciting, very good game to watch. Now, the Monday night game. I want to address some issues on Monday night. So first of all, I don't like Ben Roethlisberger on the road this week. I do not. Bell is fine. Antonio Brown is fine. Juju Smith-Schuster is fine. That's all I'm starting. 3 guys. And I don't even feel good about Juju. I only feel good about Bell and Brown. I probably would bench Juju. I would. I just don't see him with Ben on the road in Cincinnati, who knows him well. I don't think this is a game that he dominates. I don't see it. So be very careful here. All right? You and I have discussed this before. Guys, look, what I want to say is you have Juju, but I don't know if I like the matchup. So I'm willing to sit Juju for a guy who I think has a better matchup. Maybe I'll play Jermaine Kearse over Juju Smith-Schuster. This sounds crazy, but I don't think it is because one has a tough matchup on the road and one is playing at home against a terrible defense. So I'm willing to make adjustments in order to get the victory. It's week 13, guys. We got to get to the playoffs. We must get to the playoffs. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. I wish you much love and much luck this week. I know you're gonna need it. I also have to give a shout out. I do have to give a shout out to somebody who I think might be listening to this podcast for the very first time. Ron in Cranston, Rhode Island. Welcome to the podcast. We're glad to have you with us. I hope it helps you, and I hope your team wins. Okay, guys. Remember, Week 13, you have any questions, you go to scoutfantasy.com, put them on the message boards. Ronas and Sean Childs and I will get to them. We will answer your questions. Also, check out scoutdfs.com for the best information in DFS anywhere. All right, wishing you a lot of luck and do well this week. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!